Hey everyone, Ruben here, Kindred Dog PDX, and this here is question number 8 for our question of the day. And so the question is as follows. Walking has become a dreaded affair. She pulls, lunges, and barks at other dogs, cats, squirrels, etc. She is territorial with other dogs over our house, toys, and me. Her behavior has created a sort of catch-22 for us. My dog needs more exercise, but her behavior severely limits the things we can do. I would love to be able to take her hiking or camping, or trust her to run alongside my bicycle. I'd like to take her to play fetch at the park by my house instead of driving to a park in the middle of nowhere because I know there won't be any other dogs. Okay, so this is a great question. We're going to cover, I think, quite a bit in here. So I'm just going to work our way down. And all right, so walking has become a dreaded affair. She pulls, lunges, barks at other dogs, cats, and squirrels. All right, so if she's pulling, the lunging and barking could be a symptom of that. Okay, so what we're gonna want to do first is get your dog walking better. So that's gonna start with teaching the dog leash pressure. You know, and we like to do that stuff starting out inside the house. It's pretty low key, but that's how we're gonna start developing the mechanics with the dog, teaching them how to follow the leash. You know, like I said, you're just gonna be building the mechanics and the foundation of that. As your dog gets better inside the house, then you move out to the front yard or the backyard. You know, you can incrementally increase the challenges. You know, we get dogs in here all the time who are pulling on the leash, even inside the house. And this is where we start, inside the house, just getting them walking with us, okay? It's also gonna be like, what's she like in the crate? You know, we're gonna wanna get her going into the crate, going in nicely and calmly and coming out calmly, waiting at thresholds with you, you know, before they go out to the backyard, things like that. All those things are going to help us with the walk. Teaching your dog place command is also going to help with the walk because that's rooted in impulse control, and the pulling, lunging, barking is a lack of impulse control. So we're gonna need to start putting in things to have your dog practice those more regularly, okay? She is territorial with other dogs over the house, toys, and you. So, you know, again, going back to place command, that's how we're gonna start teaching our dog how to actually be away from us, okay? If a dog is free roaming through the house and, you know, maybe they're always sitting by you or, you know, sitting by your leg, things like that, like that's it's a very dependent dog, an overly dependent dog. You know, for us, I believe that yes, we do want our dogs dependent on us to a degree, but when it starts to getting into resource guarding, territorial type of things, that's where that dependency has now become unhealthy, okay? So we need to create some separation between that. So sleeping in the crate is going to be one thing, right? So no more couch time, no more bedtime if that's happening. Really making your dog work for things, and you controlling the environment more, controlling the space inside the house. You know, the reason why your dog feels that it can be territorial over these things is because they don't sense clear leadership, okay? You need to take control of the house, because when you take control of the house, the dog is going to start to see that, okay? And you do that with rules, structure, boundaries, controlling the environment, you know, and it's a lot to do at first, but as time goes on, your dog is going to start to let you take the lead, okay, rather than feel that way that they need to take that on, okay? Which can also be contributing to other things, because if your dog is having to take on that much responsibility, I got this whole house to watch, you know, that can be a lot for most dogs. You know, that's something that all the dogs we see struggle with. So the human's got to step up and take control, okay? You say in here that your dog needs more exercise, so I wouldn't worry about that so much, okay? There is a lot of information out there that says, you know, you can exercise your dog more. to burn off these behavior problems, but for what I've seen, that actually only creates an Olympic athlete. So we want to focus more on the mind, okay? So these exercises I'm talking about, walking your dog slowly through the house in a structured heel, having them practice place command, all of these things work the mind, which is going to be way more valuable than just exercising the body. Yes, walks are important, but we can't do that right now because her behavior is severely limiting that kind of thing. So you're gonna be slowing things down. We always say fast is easy, slow is hard. So walk super slow through the house. Challenge your dog mentally. This will wear your dog out, okay? You'd want to take her hiking, camping. Now, I think those are great things to do. You're gonna have to see your dog as the training progresses. But there is a risk to, like, at least hiking. Camping, yeah, you teach her place command. You can have her in the back of the car, at your campsite, in the down, in our place. Most of those things are on leash anyway, so no dog should just be roaming free through there. That could totally be possible. Hiking, that can definitely be a little bit more dodgy. You don't know the other dogs on that trail. Trails can be really slim, not a lot of space to create, not a lot of room to create space between you and the other dogs. And that can be very hard for a lot of dogs. You very well may have a dog that's just not cut out for that kind of hiking. Now, you want to go out and, into the middle of the woods and let your dog off leash. Like, I think that's great. We personally over here, we don't trust other people's dogs. They're usually always friendly until they aren't. And I don't want to be the one to find out that your dog is having an off day today. Okay. So I would say take the pressure off of yourself of like, I need to take my dog hiking, get some good training in order and you can really go anywhere you want. Okay. Trusting her to run alongside your bicycle, right? So that's also got to start somewhere. Structured heel is going to start teaching your dog what that looks like. And then you can start to transfer that into other areas. You get on your bike and you start walking her around on the bike. But it always starts with the heel. They got to know what that basic thing looks like first, okay? And there are attachments that you can get for your dog, that you can keep them stationary on the side of your bike. But if you, again, work on getting that structured heel going on and work on the state of mind, I think you'll be able to transition that very well, right? And then you'd like to hear her to play fetch at the park. So I'm assuming she likes to play fetch. Honestly, I think that's a great idea that you drive to another park where there's no other dogs around. Again, it comes down to, like, I don't trust other people's dogs. I don't trust other people with their dogs because most of the time those dogs don't have a good recall. They're completely tuned out to their owners. And even if you and your dog can play fetch and she's totally tuned out to those other dogs and is totally focused on you, what's keeping those other dogs from coming into you? Okay. And then there's a toy involved. What are those other dogs like when a toy is involved? It's a bad situation. So, for us, we go to another spot where there are no dogs so I can let my dogs off leash and let them run around. I've seen way too many bad things happen from that particular thing. We just want to be able to take our dogs to the park and let them off leash and, there's other dogs over there and everything is going to be great. But that's not always the case. Yes, sometimes it can work out and it might work out 50 times, but there's going to be a time where it doesn't. And it's a very slippery slope from that point on. Your dog can lose trust in you, can lose trust in other dogs even more. It's a bad situation. So, I would like you to take the pressure off of yourself and, just go and hang out with your dog. Okay. Don't worry about other people's dogs. Okay. And if you have friends who have dogs, there are things that you can do to create a relationship with them. Okay. Through pack walks and, things like that. So, got to wrap this up, getting into that 10-minute mark. This was question number 8. As always, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and share this if this was helpful. All right. Thank you. And we will see you next time. Bye.